Good afternoon, Musketeers. It's October 12th, 2018. I'm Ivana Dias.
And I'm Jacob Smith. This is Xavier News.
From the Xavier University Television Studio, this is Xavier News. Your campus, your region, your world. This is Xavier News.
Last Saturday, the U.S. Senate voted 50-48 to confirm Brett Kavanaugh to the Supreme Court. This is the narrowest nomination in 137 years. This confirmation is a surprise after multiple sexual assault allegations against Kavanaugh reached the media. While his confirmation seemed a safe bet in July, Dr. Christine Blasey Ford came forward saying in September that when they were both in high school, Kavanaugh held her down, groped her, and covered her mouth to muffle her screams. The vote was delayed to hear testimony from Ford and Kavanaugh, and then delayed again when Republican Senator Jeff Flake sided with Democrats demanding an FBI investigation into the allegations. Thousands of people around the country are severely disappointed about how vague this investigation really was. This confirmation has been the most heated and controversial confirmation in recent memory, with hundreds of people protesting the Senate, the Supreme Court, and the Capitol. After the vote, Republican Majority Leader Mitch McConnell told reporters, quote, "I always thought landslides were kind of boring anyways," end quote.
Category 4 Hurricane Michael hit Florida on Wednesday with 155 miles per hour wind and devastating results. Mexico Beach, Florida has been decimated, with Brock Long of Federal Emergency Management Agency referring to the beach as Ground Zero. 350,000 citizens are without power, and the hurricane has claimed 13 fatalities. The death toll is expected to increase as the rescue workers continue to clear up the area. You can help victims of Hurricane Michael by donating to organizations such as the Florida Disaster Fund, Global Giving, or the Red Cross.
An Avondale mother was charged this week after allegedly taking dish soap and other items from a Kroger and then leaving her 4-year-old child behind as she fled the scene. Tamika Spears, 31, was charged Wednesday with 3 counts of robbery and 1 of endangering children. She allegedly stole about $100 worth of items late last month from Kroger. She placed dish soap, soda, and other items into a tote bag, according to court documents. Spears then hit 2 people on the head after she was stopped. Spears' next court date is October 22nd.
Chinese intelligence officer Xu Yanjun has been arrested on charges of trying to steal trade secrets from several different aviation companies, including Cincinnati's GE Aviation. Xu, a deputy division director in the Ministry of State Security, is believed to have been collecting information for the past 5 years. Along with sending this information to China research and engineering companies, Xu is also accused of trying to recruit experts in the field to travel to China to share their knowledge. China's Minister of Foreign Affairs says that these claims were made out of thin air and that he hopes the U.S. deals with Xu, quote, fairly in accordance with the law, end quote.
The Women's Health Outreach Organization has been helping those in need.
Rachel Whalen has more on the story.
Hi, my name is Catherine Welcher, and I am in a leadership position overseeing the interns at the Westwood location for Crossroad Health Center.
My name is Lindsay Weaver, and I am a Crossroad volunteer intern at Crossroad Health Center in Over the Rhine. Crossroad Health Center is a community health clinic that is based on serving low-income patients, typically those with Medicaid, Medicare, or other not as extensive forms of insurance such as Molina. What the volunteer interns do specifically, some of them will help schedule referral appointments for these patients. So because it's a primary care facility, these patients may not have the means to know who they should go to for their referral appointments for, say, their endocrinology or their pain management referrals. So we help bridge those gaps between them. So we set up the appointments, we set up transportation if that is a barrier for them. I don't do this specifically, but we have a Spanish-speaking team that helps bridge a language barrier gap as well.
Crossroad has a lot of opportunities for community outreach and community growth for the students. And so one thing that I do currently is a Women's Health Day at Dawn Community High School. I talk to the girls about STIs and birth control and different places where they can go if they do need access to that, because this is a more underserved population as well. And it's just a wonderful opportunity to give back to my community and learn from the girls, as long as give them the resources that they may need in their everyday life as well.
Next week is XU's annual family weekend. It will include fun activities and events for the whole family to enjoy. There will be inflatables, food, freebies, sports, concerts, and a show from Xavier Theater, as well as a tip-off to the men's and women's basketball. We hope to see you all there.
Xavier Theater's production of Urinetown, the musical, is showing next weekend, October 19th to the 21st. This Tony-winning musical revolves around a government ban on private toilets, forcing all citizens to pay to use public restrooms. If they don't follow the laws on free urination, they will be sent to the terrifying Urinetown. Tickets are on sale now in the Student Center, with showings at 7:30 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and matinees at 2 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday.
All right, that's all for the news desk, people.
We'll be right back with Marta Burlong and the Xavier Sports Report.
Hello Musketeers, we are back in the studio for today's Xavier Sports Report. I'm Marta Berglund and I'm here to update you on the latest in Xavier sports. First today, it's been a big week for Xavier men's soccer as the team was awarded the United Soccer Coaches Team Academic Award for the 9th consecutive year on Thursday. The team had a collective GPA of 3.21 for the 2017-18 academic year. Then on Friday, the Musketeers shut out Villanova 1-0 at home, with Samson Sergai scoring an early goal, his third of the season, to set them ahead. Sergai was named the Big East Offensive Player for his performance in the game, alongside teammate Cameron Bell, who had a pair of assists this past week. Finally, on Tuesday night, the team fell to Loyola Chicago, making their current record 4-3-5. It was also a big week for the women's soccer team, who also opened the week earning the United Coaches Team Academic Award with an impressive collective GPA of 3.67. Then on Thursday evening, the Musketeers became the first team in the Big East to have a result against Butler, tying them 0-0 in double overtime. The women's team continued to break records on Sunday, beating DePaul for the first time in program history 3-2 in double overtime. Allison Klimkowski and Grace Barr both scored for the Musketeers. Klimkowski was recognized for her performance later in the week when she was named Big East Freshman of the Week. The women's next home game is this Sunday versus Marquette. In other news, the Xavier swim team opened dual competition this past Saturday at the University of Louisville. Multiple Muskies had notable performances, including freshman Emma Koffold, who placed third in the 1,000 free and second in the 500 free. Another freshman, Allison Herman, scored well for the team with her second-place finish in the 200 IM. The 400 free relay with Emily Connors, Tiana Vozar, Carolyn Gardner, and Emily Sogstad ended the meet with a second-place finish. On the men's side, junior Matthew Dyer placed third in the 100 breast, second in the 200 breast, and second in the 200 IM. Junior Nathan Runyon scored second in the 200 back. And now to the volleyball court, senior Meredith Clare moved to second place in Xavier's all-time career digs last Friday in the Muskies match against Villanova. Xavier came out on top after 5 sets, making their record 5-12. Tomorrow they'll travel to Indianapolis to play the Butler Bulldogs. And finally, basketball season is quickly approaching, with Musketeer Madness being 1 week from today. Come out to Cintas Center starting at 5:30 to meet the men and women's teams, receive team pictures and autographs, watch the reveal of this year's X shirt, and much more. If you want to get more involved in the madness, Extreme Fans is hosting a window design competition for both on and off-campus students. The most creative sticky note or bedsheet design will win a Xavier prize pack. With that, we reach the end of the Xavier Sports Report and today's broadcast. From all us in the studio, have a wonderful, safe weekend, and let's go X.
This is Xavier News.